Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to my vinyl inbox number 53, where I show some new and second hand vinyl purchases over the last couple of months or so. The last vinyl inbox was all ABBA, and I have an awful lot of other stuff as well. So there's some new, there's some second hand, and there's a couple of 12-inch singles. So we'll start off with the new, and there's two picture discs that I bought. I swore I wasn't going to start collecting these. I already had a couple of the David Bowie ones, and because I had The Man Who Sold the World, Hunky Dory and Pin-Ups, and I also had Let's Dance from actually 1983, and there's two other ones available, so I bought the debut album on picture disc, and it is nice. There's no doubt about it. It's a nice picture disc of the front cover and of the back, so that there goes well with my picture disc collection of the David Bowie albums. I still haven't bought the orange vinyl low yet. I'm sure I will some stage. The second one I got, and this is even nicer, is the Space Oddity album. I was going to buy this at the time, but I thought no, I'm not, definitely not. Well, I wish I had, because I paid about an extra £10 for it. But it was still not a bad price, and I thought, right, if I don't buy it now, I never will. And this is lovely as well. This is, again, it's got front and the back cover, but you also get two extra things. You get the lyric sheet, which was an inner bag back in the day, and you get a poster as well, which you also got, but it was not quite as colourful as this one, and I don't think it was quite as big either. So yeah, that was the one I really wanted, but because I bought that, I then bought the debut album, so David Bowie, Space Oddity. Okay, next up, and we have a double album by Mark Bowen and T-Rex, Born to Boogie. This is a live double album. It's from the soundtrack, and really all this is the on side one is the afternoon show, and on side two is the evening show. They're the same set list, but we get them in two different coloured vinyls. The afternoon show is on a nice yellow vinyl. I put them in MoFi sleeves because they came in horrible paper sleeves, and the other show is on like a greenish vinyl. We'll take this out. So it's very, very nice. So yeah, it's a really, really good concert. Yeah, I know it has been touched up. It's because I've heard concerts from around this time, and they're not brilliantly sonically produced. But the set list, you have the introduction, then you have Cadillac, Jeepster, Baby Strange, Spaceball, Ricochet, Girl, Cosmic Dancer, Telegram Sam, Hot Love, Get It On, One More Time, before they come back on again for Summertime Blues. So always fancied this, and this was really reasonable. I think this was a record store release from about 4 years ago, but really pleased to get hold of it. Next new one up, and it's my favourite Doors album, and it's Morrison Hotel. I absolutely love this album. It is my favourite. The second favourite is the debut. This is the one with Roadhouse Blues on it. But the song Ship of Fools I absolutely adore. Adore it. And Waiting for the Sun is a really, really good song as well. It's surprising that it wasn't on the previous album, but excellent album. I think this is from 1970, so I think I've only got one more Doors album to get, with Jim Morrison on vinyl, and that's the second one. And we also have a brand new album, the best of the Psychedelic Furs. I fancied this because I do like Pretty in Pink, and I do like the song Heaven. And I recognised a couple of the songs here, but it's a really, really good listen. And this here, I believe, comes as a clear vinyl. Yeah, it's on a nice clear vinyl. And I think there was only a difference of £1 between the clear vinyl and the black vinyl, so why not go for the clear? But yeah, good album. I just saw it when I was browsing Discogs, and I thought, yeah, I'll go for that, and didn't cost very much. And then this is sort of an upgrade. It's a reissue of the Nick Lowe album Cowboy Outfit, and the reason I bought this is because it was only £10, postage all in, and I thought, yeah, why not? And this is weird because this is the American version. It's got exactly the same songs as the British version, but they're in a different order. So Breakaway, which is normally on side 2 of the British album, is actually the second song on side 1. But another of the main reasons I bought this is because there is a free 7-inch single with it, which is Honky Tonk Hardwood Floor and Walk On By, and it's not the Walk On By, the Blacker Ann David song. So I'd never heard those two songs before, so that was a definitely getting it for that. Okay, going on to a couple of 12-inch singles, and I bought Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers' Listen to Your Heart, and a really good song from their second album, best song off that album. And the reason I bought it was because they do a version of I Fought the Law on the B-side, a live version, and that's one of my all-time favourite songs, and they do a pretty good version of it. And they also do Route 66 as well, which the Stones did on their first album, so good to have that, and it wasn't very expensive. And the other 12-inch single was an add-on, really. I just added it onto the order for free postage, and it was only 99p, and this is UB40's Sing Our Own Song, which is one of their better post Labour of Love singles, so why not? Okay, now going on to the second hand records, and I bought this because I'd never owned it before, and I thought I had every song on it. I didn't. It's the Rolling Stones' Through the Past Darkly Big Hits Volume 2, and the song I'd never even heard before is Sitting on a Fence. Now, Sitting on a Fence to me sounds as if it's like a bluesy number, but it's not. It's a wee country number, and it's absolutely brilliant. But this is a really good album. So you get the big ones like Honky Tonk Woman, Ruby Tuesday, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Let's Spend the Night Together, 2000 Light Years from Home. But you do get some of the older material to more or less fill the album, like You Better Move On, and as I said, Sitting on a Fence as well, other sort of caliber. Really good album, and this is a 1970s press, but it's very good, sounds very good. Got that from Johnny. This one here I fancied because I have the Little Village album, and this is John Hyatt's Bring the Family, and I love that cover. Now that's not the same cover as you get in America. This is the British cover. Absolutely love it. It's pretty creepy, but it's a really good cover. And this, as I say, is really a Little Village album. So it's John Hyatt, Nick Lowe, Jim Keltner and Ry Cooder. Very good album. I'm getting to sort of quite like John Hyatt's voice, but the songwriting is actually really strong on this. I'd never heard it before. Pleased to get it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, I bought this. I've been on a bit of a Nick Lowe kick. I did a Nick Lowe video about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I saw this going for a £5, and it's an interrogation of Nick Lowe, alias Nick the Knife. And really all this is a radio show where there's a presenter talking to him, and they're introducing songs from his then new album Nick the Knife. So you get things like Burning Heart, Couldn't Love You Any More Than I Do, Let Me Kiss You. You also get Stick It Where the Sun Don't Shine, Too Many Teardrops, Raining Raining, plus a couple others like Cruel to Be Kind, So It Goes, and what's the other one here? What's So Funny About Peace, Love and Understanding, Mary Provis. It's only snippets, but it's worth a £5, and it's quite enjoyable to hear the banter between the radio show host and Nick himself. And because I was on a bit of a Nick Lowe kick, I saw from the same seller these albums by The Rumour. Now The Rumour used to be Brinsley Schwarz, or 2 of them were in Brinsley Schwarz, and obviously The Rumour then went on to back Graham Parker, but they had 3 albums of their own, and I bought them all, and it was a bit of a gamble because I wasn't too sure whether they'd be any good. The first one, which is actually the 3rd one I bought this from a different seller from 1977, it's called Max. It's okay, it's a bit pub rocky. They do a version of Mess With Love, or Mess Around With Love, which is a Nick Lowe song, which is not bad. It's enjoyable enough, and I'm glad I've got it, But the other two albums I thought were brilliant, and this one here, what's this one called again? This is Frogs, Sprouts, Clogs and Krauts. This is a really good new wave album. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know many of the songs off by heart yet, but I played it a couple of times. Excellent. And then the other one I got, and this one is called Purity of Essence. And this is another really good album. I think this one's from about 1980. So 3 albums by The Rumour. The first one is okay, and the next 2 are brilliant. I'm just really delighted to get these. I must look to see if I can get sort of digital copies of them to play in the car as well. So The Rumour from 1980. I think the other one was 79 and 77. I also took a punt on this album here, The Fabulous Thunderbirds, T-Bird Rhythm, and this is produced by Nick Lowe as well. And it looks as if it's going to be a rockabilly album, and I thought, yeah, maybe a bit like the Stray Cats or the Polecats or something like that. No, this is like bluesy rock, and I'm not keen. It's not great at all. So not all punts work out. I wasn't keen on this, even though it was produced by Nick. I can't see me ever playing that again. This one I owned on video and I owned on CD, and I never got it in vinyl, and it was going cheap. And this is Elton John live in Australia, and this is the one with the top 10 hit Candle in the Wind on it. Yeah, this is really good. It's got the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra backing him, and he really does all the old stuff. So you're getting 60 years on. I Need You to Turn To, Greatest Discovery. Those are all from the Elton John album. You get things like Take Me to the Pilot, also from that album, Tiny Dancer, The King Must Die, Madman Across the Water, Burn Down the Mission, Tonight from Blue Moose. It's a really good album, and this was shortly, I think this was shortly before his voice went, or maybe it was shortly after, but very good album. And the video I had came with another video, because this was half of the show, another half was the rock band. There's a video for it as well, but no actual audio release. And a couple more, right, 3 more, and these are what I call the guilty pleasures. And I fancied this because of the Mike Chapman Nicky Chin connection, and it's racy. It's their only album, Smash and Grab, and this is really good fun. I like good fun albums. It's got Some Girls on it, Lay Your Love on Me on it, Kitty, which became Mickey for Tony Basil, Boy Oh Boy was a big hit, Such a Night I think was a hit as well. I've just actually played this before making this video. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so adds to the Mike Chapman Nick Chin collection. They write about 4 or 5 songs off it. This one here I didn't know existed, and this is getting into the real guilty pleasures now, and it's Bucks Fizz, and it is actually live at the Fairfield Hall, Croydon. Now there's only 3 of them here, and this was recorded about 1991, so you'd expect this to be absolute rubbish. This is really good album. Well, I'm a Bucks Fizz fan, but I really enjoyed it. It starts off with Heart of Stone, which they recorded first before Cher did. You have My Camera Never Lies. They do a version of We Built This City, which I'm not keen on. Run for Your Life. You do the song You're the Voice, which I think was John Farnham, which is pretty good. I Hear Talk, Stroke, You and Your Heart So Blue, bit of a medley there. And You Were Waiting for Me, the George Michael one. And you get Land of Make Believe, Making Your Mind Up, and New Beginnings. It's a really good album, and thoroughly enjoyed it. And then it's nearly 2 years now that I did this. I did a Guilty Pleasures on the Nolans. And I remember showing a picture of an album saying it was more or less impossible to get, and if you did see it, it was about 50 odd quid. I got this for less than 20, and I finally got the Nolan Sisters. This is from 1975. I think this was just sold at gigs. I'm not too sure if this got a true release, but yeah, it's got the hits of the day really. Reach Out, I'll Be There, a couple of medleys like a London medley and the Julie Garland medley. They do Scarlet Ribbons and The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. I believe, you know, it is what it is. It's bought for the collection. I'm trying to justify this here. It's bought for the collection, and yeah, I'm glad to have it because it is quite rare to get. Okay, so those are my recent purchases over the past couple of months or so. I hope you enjoyed it. A wee bit of everything there, guilty pleasures and some critically acclaimed albums. Okay, that's me for now. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.